Thanks, you guys. All right, our mic is on. So, you guys, how many of you here are excited to watch I Am Boxing? Let's hear it. Oh, come on. You guys, Canelo Triple G is happening in September, and that's as loud as you're going to get. Can we hear it again? Who's excited for I Am Boxing? Let's hear it, guys. All right, much better. So right now we're going to ask everybody to go ahead and start getting to their seats. In just a couple minutes, we're going to start the film, and after that, we'll have a round table up here on the stage, and of course, Canelo Triple G will be joining us. So you guys hang tight, get to your seats, and we'll be starting things off in a little bit, okay?
Gracias, thank you. Thank you very much for your patience. We are on live on ringtv.com. Gracias. Thank you for everybody to attend this special event. I am extremely proud to have been the executive producer for I Am Boxing, a documentary short film that tracks two golden ages of boxing leading into the mega fight on September 16. This film looks at some of the greatest times in boxing, from the 6 wars between all-time pound-for-pound great Sugar Ray Robinson and Jack LaMotta, to the incredible matchups between Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran in the 1970s, to the historic event occurring September 16th between the two great warriors on stage. Boxing has a long history of matching the best versus the best. Here we see Triple G. And that's exactly what will happen at the T-Mobile Arena on September 16. As a reminder, tickets for this mega event go on sale Thursday, June 22nd at 10 a.m., p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you can't be there in person, you can watch on the best network for boxing, and that's HBO pay-per-view. I'd also like to quickly thank our sponsors for the event: Tecate Born Bold, Hennessy Never Stop, Never Settle, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and Tesna Bank, and Capital Holdings. Thank you very much for all your support. This event is sure to be a blockbuster event thanks to your contributions. I also wanted to make a little bit of news tonight that HBO will go live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, meaning the main event will go off no later than 11 p.m. on the East Coast. So for all the writers, for all the fans, you don't have to wait up too late at 12 midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. You will be able to watch this fight at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you I Am Boxing.
The following is a production of GoldenBoy Media and Entertainment.
I Am Boxing is exclusively presented by Tecate. Tecate, born bold. I was born in antiquity. I was raised in blood-salted earth. I am pure, and I am complex. I am the beauty of the human form, and the darkness in the human mind. I am the violent release of strife within all men. I am a game played out masterfully over time. And all at once, with most brutal abandon.
I don't think he's getting up!
I have known many names. While my spirit remains unchanged, I am the soul of competition. I am the sweet science. I am boxing. I am boxing. I live on today, preserved in the primal quest to know, to see, to achieve who is best and deserving of a crown. I sit only in the space between bells. As I rest and listen, the orator speaks.
The things that I know about boxing, I think it's the greatest sport on the planet, and I mean the whole planet.
I am not contained by sovereign borders. Only the squared circle holds me, where I wait for my champions to carry me.
Champions always carry the sport of boxing, but two great fighters and one great fight. That is what's important. And I want to tell you, the fight is here. Canelo in Triple G. What could be better? Two great fighters in a great fight. You've seen them in their beautiful suits and nice smiles and that. They're very, very charismatic. But the ring first.
First, it is in the ring where I feel the tension in the crowd, in the humanity that is my life's blood. As the two are at last assembled, bonded by a crackling energy of the fate that connects them.
Golovkin, you are next, my friend.
For the first time in a long time, you've got not just the boxing fans, you have the entire sporting world interested in this matchup.
Good luck in September.
La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
You know, this reminds me of when I first fell in love with the sport. Way back, Sugar Ray Robinson was slated to fight Earl Turner, who was a huge drawing card in Oakland, California. I lived in San Jose and used to take a bus every day just to watch Sugar Ray work out. Finally, one day, he noticed me, started up a conversation, and much to my surprise, he gave me a front row ticket for his fight. That moment is when I really felt the love for boxing. And during the fight, in the third or fourth round, I remember Ray had pulled Turner into a clinch and leaned over and winked at me. Well, it was a kind of a wink of, how do you think I'm doing? And of course, Ray Robinson, in those days, everything he did was perfect.
My years of privilege have always been paid for by the efforts of my champions.
This was a time when everybody was on board with boxing. We had the great Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta. They fought 6 times. Ray won 5, Jake won 1. Every fight went the distance except one, which was a 15-round fight, and Ray stopped him in the 13th round. And I'll never forget the film. They showed Jake leaning against the rope, battered and that, and he said to Ray, "You couldn't put me down, Ray, you couldn't put me down." That's the way boxing was.
The breadth and depth of my influence is endless. The masses, the people. My soul is embraced closely and openly. This is my golden age.
The golden age of boxing. Robinson and LaMotta. Great matchups always live up to expectations. You know, back in the day, boxing was part of society. You would get the fights on the radio. The outstanding fights would be shown on film in movie theaters along with the regular fare. Everybody talked boxing. During the Joe Louis days, the Marciano days, it was a part of society. Boxing was that great.
My lineage has lived on over the millennia, passed hand to hand, just as the ancient flame of Olympus.
After the 1976 Olympics, we had another golden age of boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard came out of the Olympics and captured the hearts of the people. And we had the 4 kings. It was just a great time for boxing.
My acclaim is buoyed once again by a quorum of champions. 4 kings carry me and hold me higher than any single name ever could.
Big names help our sport, help to carry it. But when you get 2 guys, 2 real solid champions, and they fight each other, that is the great time.
I know triumph and vanity and optimism. I know nothing of fear. I step back and retreat only to gain advantage. This is my golden age, and I revel in the glory of the 4 kings.
4 kings, this was such a great time in boxing. I mean, you had 4 great fighters, and they all wanted to fight each other. I mean, there was nobody backing out or this or that, and I had the privilege in 1985 to be at the Hagler-Hearns fight. 8 minutes of hell. 2 great fighters and just one hell of a fight.
I am never so great as when my standard is borne into the ring by not one, but many great champions. But alas, I must wait for the flame to be passed yet again.
I am boxing. I stand again poised at the dawning of my acclaim. The 2 are my wings of ascension, where I last meet in the sacred square.
The screeching cries of my life's blood have been answered, and in the end, only one will stand.
The people are getting the fight that they demanded. This thing is everywhere.
The orator speaks well of me again, as in the past, when I was spoken for by kings. The flame has been passed, and the world is on fire. I press my lineage on the 2 who would carry this flame. I see that it is well kept, but I demand more.
I am boxing. If you are indeed the suitors of my deliverance, I ask only that you give me everything.
Your unblinking eye, that's answer enough.
I demand reverence for the past and for each other.
Show me your strategy. Show me that you're smart. Show me the joy that you take in your position.
Show me you possess the bearing of a champion.
What you got? Bring the people together. Select only the finest and most worthy of foes. Crush them like they crushed those before you.
Prepare your body and your mind. Show me your power.
Power! Show me your will.
Your will. Show me speed.
Are you a thinking man or you a punching bag?
Let me look within you and know a thing that is pure and complex.
Show me the beauty of the human form and the darkness in the human mind. Show me the violent release of the strife that is in all men. Play the game like a master with time and with suddenly brutal abandon.
Give me your name and lift me once again with your combined spirits.
I demand this of you because you are worthy and you are capable.
Bring to me my golden age, for
I am boxing, and I'm back.
Don't miss CANELO Golovkin, Saturday, September 16th, from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, live on pay-per-view. Tecate, born bold.
All right, thank you very much. So now we will have a Q&A with Golovkin and CANELO together on stage.
Excitement in here. This is what we love to hear and see. You guys, thank you so much for coming out here and being a part of this experience. I Am Boxing. This is the first time that we've premiered this film. You guys are so stoked for September 16th already. I love this. Now, you guys, in the film I Am Boxing, we had Don Chargan as our expert, and up here I am very happy and honored to have some boxing experts as well to talk about the big fight coming up September 16th. So right now we're going to go ahead and introduce everybody. Not only did he produce this film, but he is the CEO and chairman of the best boxing promotion.
Before we start, who's here for Golovkin? Who's here for CANELO?
Wow, this crowd right here is amazing.
They're excited for this fight.
Exciting. So let's get through these introductions very quickly. We've got Oscar De La Hoya up here with us, the legend, Bernard Hopkins, And of course, the two guys that are responsible for having all these fans here today. We have a silver medalist who has destroyed everyone that has been placed in front of him. He's the current WBC, WBA, IBF champion. He has a record of 37-0 with 33 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Put your hands together for Gennady Triple G Golovkin. All right, you guys, and over here to my right, we have the current Lineal and Ring Magazine middleweight champion. He has been boxing since the age of 15. Tenemos aquí el orgullo de México, Saúl Canelo Álvarez. All right, everybody wants to hear about that fight on September 16th, but first we're going to talk a little bit about I Am Boxing. Of course, Oscar, this was your idea. You produced this film. Why was it so important to get this story out there about the golden eras of boxing transitioning into what's going down September 16th?
Well, I wanted to educate just a bit the history of what the middleweight division means to boxing. Whenever you have a middleweight fight with two of the best middleweights in the world today, you're going to get action. You're going to get a great fight. It's a guaranteed knockout fight. History shows it. You go back to Sugar Ray Robinson. You go back to Roberto Duran and Thomas Hearns. You go back to my partner, Bernard Hopkins. These are the best middleweights in the world from the past, the present, and the future. And the future is here right now with Golovkin and Canelo on September 16th.
Absolutely. Now, speaking about Bernard, we got you down there, a former unified middleweight champion. Watching this film, I Am Boxing, tell me a little bit about those rivalries and why they are so important to the sport, and of course, why this between Triple G and Canelo is so important to boxing today.
It's very important because generations come and they go, and when you have a generation that comes and replace that division, unification is needed because it separates not only making history for themselves, but also cementing their history in boxing. So to be able to pass the torch from my era to Canelo and Triple G is just taking it further, and then they will pass it. So this is a tradition in boxing and in sports of boxing that's very, very needed. And that's why I'm glad we have it.
All right, and now this question is for Tom Loeffler of K2 as well as you, Oscar. We know that Triple G and Canelo will deliver in the ring, but what is it about these two guys that keeps fans captivated when they're also not in the ring? Tom?
Well, when you have two fighters with such an exciting style like Triple G, like Canelo Alvarez, they don't know how to go backwards. They come forward, they both fight in the Mexican style. They're going to put on a great show for the fans. So I think that's what the fans are looking forward to, is the best fighting the best, and that's what you have September 16th.
Yeah, Oscar, what do you think it is about these guys that the fans just love?
Vamos a contestar en español. A ver. Yo creo que lo más importante es de que lo más importante es la afición. La afición, porque obviamente la afición sabe que esta pelea es una pelea bien seria, una pelea peligrosa para ambos. Pero yo creo que lo más importante es que cada uno tiene sus fans. Triple G ha demostrado año por año de que él es uno de los mejores pesos medianos en el mundo hoy en día. Y el Canelo Álvarez, pues él es el ídolo mexicano, la esperanza de México. Y obviamente tiene sus fans por todo el mundo. Y dentro del cuadrilátero, lo que la gente espera es una explosión y va a ser una pelea bien entretenida.
All right, and now talking about that fight on September 16th, let's hear right now who is ready to see Canelo and Triple G September 16th from Las Vegas. No, do you think they're ready? Sounds like they're ready, huh?
It sounds like they're ready, yeah.
I know you guys, Oscar, you have been saying to everyone that this fight was going to happen. At one point, fans thought that it would not happen. To you, when you made this fight, why was it so important to announce it the way that you guys did? It was in a very dramatic fashion, and the fans loved it.
Well, it was a collaboration amongst everyone. This fight is made at a perfect moment in time in boxing. This fight couldn't have come at a better moment for the sport of boxing. This is the icing on the cake for 2017 and beyond. This fight here will transcend the sport. This fight here will attract that casual fan that maybe hasn't even watched boxing. This is how great this matchup is. It reminds me of those days where day in and day out we always witnessed amazing fights, amazing knockouts, and that's exactly what we're going to get on September 16th. Is an amazing fight because you have two warriors inside that same ring.
All right, and now we're going to have Eric Gomez help us on this one because Canelo, this question is for you. Oscar is saying, yeah, let's hear it for Canelo. If you're here for Canelo, let's hear it. All right, Canelo. Oscar is saying that right now, this fight, this is the perfect time for boxing. But why is it right now the perfect time for you to fight Gennady?
No, yo creo que para enfrentarlo a él y a cualquiera. Creo que estoy en un momento de mi carrera, uno de los momentos más importantes en mi carrera. Sé que puedo dar más todavía, ¿no? Pero estoy en mi mejor momento. Creo que la pelea llegó en un buen momento para el boxeo. Creo que el boxeo necesitaba esta pelea. La gente pedía esta pelea y simplemente quise darles lo que la gente pide.
I think it's a perfect time for this fight because it's the best moment for me. I'm at my peak. I think I can give a little bit more, but this is a fight that I'm ready for, not only just for him, but for anybody. And the fans demanded this fight, and I'm just very happy that I'm giving them this fight.
All right, and now we're going to switch things over here and ask a question to Gennady. You told me earlier that you have been wanting this fight. The crowd is so hungry for this fight. It's exciting. All right, Gennady, you told me that it has been 3 years since you wanted this fight. In that time that it took to make this fight, has it made it hungrier? Has it made you hungrier for this fight to fight against Canelo?
Yeah, first of all, good evening, everybody. Thank you, people who support us, as true boxing fans. And of course, everybody very excited for this fight. Yeah, last couple years, everybody want to watch this fight. Right now, everybody ready. Yeah, I'm very hungry, and I believe Canelo, his team is very hungry too. It's a very interesting fight for us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, it is getting very hard to hear. We've got a very excited crowd here today. Oscar, how do you even put this into words? Why are the fans so hungry for this fight?
And to think we're still 3 months away.
We're still 3 months away. We still got so much time, and the fans are so hungry. So you guys, why is this fight causing such an uproar, causing such a stir within the fans?
Because this is the best against the best.
Yes.
And you have two knockout artists who will try to take their head off on September 16th. And there's nothing better than watching two great fighters inside that same ring at their prime. One is undefeated, the other one is great. Both are great. We're in for a special treat on September 16th, and Bernard can't wait. One of the best middleweight fighters in the history of this sport. You have all world champions from past and present talking about this real fight that is taking place on September 16th.
Absolutely. And now, Eric, we're going to ask for your help on this one, too, because this one is for Chepo. Chepo told me earlier that this fight is going to end in a knockout. Right now, Gennady is undefeated with 33 of his wins coming by way of knockout. What is Canelo going to do that nobody has been able to do before against Gennady?
Buenas noches, Nueva York. Good evening, New York. El 16 de septiembre, Canelo va a hacer lo que nadie ha hecho hasta el momento. On September 16th, Canelo's going to do what no one's been able to do. Le va a ganar a Golovkin y le va a quitar lo invicto. He's going to beat Golovkin, and he's going to
para
take
que
away.
todo México disfrute sus fiestas de septiembre con un gran triunfo del Canelo. ¡Viva México! ¡Viva el Canelo!
He's going to take away his O so that all Mexicans can celebrate September 16th, Independence Day. Viva Mexico, viva Canelo.
All right, now Tom and Gennady, this is for you. You're hearing Canelo's team say that this fight will end in a knockout and it will end in Canelo's favor. What's your response to that, and how do you guys see this fight going?
I think both guys are very confident, Jess. It's, you know, Gennady wouldn't have taken this fight if he didn't think he could win. Abel Sanchez, his trainer, is confident of a knockout. Gennady has the highest knockout percentage of any middleweight champion in history. I think this will be a knockout.
Absolutely. Now,
You know, everybody right now, I understand, this is an amazing fight. Not only for us, and just for boxing. Seriously, everybody has chance. I believe we bring amazing show, boxing event, special for you guys.
all right. And Bernard, we're going to bring you back into the conversation. Bernard, as a former unified middleweight champion, look at how excited people are right now. And as Oscar said, we're still months away from the fight. Why are people so crazy about this fight? What can we expect come September 16th from everyone?
I'm going to keep it real simple. Somebody going to get knocked out.
They
Period.
agree. They agree with that one. Now, when you've got two power punchers like this, I mean, this night can go either way. It's a 50-50 fight. Do you agree with that?
Yes, this fight's going to be exciting, and you know, might be a second one. But let's get past this one. But it's going to be a fight that people are going to talk about. I'm pretty sure the way Triple G come, he's a champion. He's a confident champion, and Canelo's the same way. So when you got two type of mentalities, it's a hard fight to not want to watch.
Absolutely. Now, of course, this means everything to the fans. We've got them in here cheering for Canelo, cheering for Triple G. But when you guys made this fight, at what point do you really get to enjoy what this means for the sport of boxing?
Well, the fact that this fight is made for a unification title fight, the fact that it's not a catch weight, this is at 160 pounds, the middleweight division. This is to see who is the best middleweight on the planet today. And the fact that we're respecting the fans' wishes. We made this fight for the fans. Canelo and Golovkin made this fight for the fans. And on September 16th, you're in for a special treat. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And now, of course, just a reminder that tickets for this fight do go on sale on Thursday. If you can't get those tickets, you can always buy this on HBO pay-per-view. And I know that we do have some microphones that are out there on the floor right now. So media, we're going to go ahead and open this up to questions. If you have a question, don't shout that out. Go ahead and raise your hands. We've got a mic over on the left, over on the right as well, and we'll be open to taking questions right now.
Bernard, this is for you. Bernard, how good do you feel that a fight like this has come about, where not only enhances the middleweight division, but what you've done, the most defenses by a middleweight champion? Talk about what this means to the history of the middleweight division. Doc Stanley.
It means just what we watched for 10 minutes. It means not only two credible warriors and thanking fighters that want to fight the best. I mean, I'm proud to leave a division years ago, the middleweight division, after unifying it, now seeing it being unified again years later, over 10 years later, to me is the best thing that can happen, not only for boxing and the fans, but for the middleweight division.
Next question.
My question is for Golovkin. Golovkin, this is the biggest fight of the year. It's the crown of middleweight king. What can the fans expect to see?
First of all, thanks to all fans. You know, all fans. Canelo's fans, my fans, and more boxing fans, because this is big gift, big present to boxing, this sport. We're both great athletes, professional athletes, you know, special for you guys.
All right, next question.
Yes, hi, this is a question for Oscar. Oscar, just with the current environment of combat sports in general, how important do you feel this fight is, not just for boxing, but for combat sports? I'm not going to mention the other while this is going to happen. I'm just going to have you comment on the importance of this type of match on the impact of overall, combat sports.
Well, this is September 16th is a real fight against two real fighters, against two real boxers. It doesn't get any better than this. You have two fighters who are in their prime. You have two fighters who know and have lived and breathed the sport of boxing. And you have a unification. You have two knockout artists. You have guys who are at the top of their game. This is a real fight on September 16th. And most importantly, it's on the date of September 16th, which is Mexican Independence Holiday, which is the biggest holiday for the sport of boxing. Anybody in their right mind would love to fight on September 16th. And guess what? Canelo and Triple G are taking over September 16th.
All right, if we can get you to stand up, please. Perfect.
Mi pregunta es para Canelo Álvarez. Voy a traducir también. Floyd Mayweather said that you can knock out Triple G. Floyd Mayweather dice que puedes noquear a Triple G. ¿Qué tú sientes de eso?
Bueno, yo también creo y pienso que puedo. Creo que en el boxeo no se puede predecir un knockout, ¿no? Pero me voy a preparar al 100%. Creo que esta pelea por los estilos de los dos seguramente no va a terminar los 12 asaltos. Entonces hay que estar listos para cualquier cosa.
I also believe that I can win by knockout. But you can't predict anything. Obviously, I'm going to prepare 100% and be ready for this fight. But because of the high knockout ratio between both of us, I'm pretty sure this fight will end in a knockout.
Delgado, Fight HQ. This question is for Triple G. Triple G, you always say you fight Mexican style. Now you're fighting an actual Mexican. Are we going to see a big drama show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody wants big drama show. I promise.
Next question.
Yes, hi, Oscar. How are you? This question is for you, actually. You've been in big fights. Obviously, Felix Trinidad, the man sitting next to you, your partner, Bernard Hopkins. I'm just curious in terms of this fight, where do you rank this fight in terms of big fights? Your fights with Felix Trinidad, your fights with Bernard Hopkins. Do you believe that this fight will transcend that?
Absolutely, 1,000%. The fact that this is a collision course. This is a fight where Triple G has had his illustrious career for many years, undefeated, knocking everybody out. The way he says, big drama show for you, Mexican style. That's exactly what he does every single time. And Canelo Alvarez has been fighting the very best. He is the very best. And this fight, the winner of this fight will be pound for pound king of the world on September 16th. And I believe this fight, yes, was meant to be on September 16th. It is a collision course, and I strongly feel that this fight will live up to the expectations.
All right, next question.
My name is Evan Smith. Hey guys. My question is for both of you guys. Both of you guys seem to be big body punchers. The body punch is like a kind of underrated punch. We saw it be really effective this weekend. Do you guys think that will be a key part of this fight? Maybe a war of attrition and working each other out, going to that body?
Siempre en una pelea el golpeo al cuerpo es importante. Creo que en esta pelea también es lo mismo, ¿no? Como en todas, va a ser muy importante y vamos a trabajar en todo.
Body punching is always important. It's always important. Not only for this fight, for any fight. So it's a big key, and obviously it's going to be important.
Canelo, Rodolfo Vargas, TV Azteca, la Casa del Boxeo. Quiero decirte que estamos muy orgullosos en México del trabajo que has hecho. ¿Qué le dices a la gente en México que está esperando ese knockout del próximo 16 de septiembre? Tu equipo lo señala como una posibilidad. ¿Tú qué piensas?
Bueno, primero que nada agradecerle a toda la gente el apoyo que siempre me han brindado. Creo que es una motivación para mí extra y bueno, es una grande posibilidad, ¿no?, del knockout por los estilos y creo que, como lo dije, esa pelea no va a terminar a decisión y me voy a preparar para ser yo el que lo aplique.
Let's do something different now. 1 second. Let's pick somebody from the audience to ask a question. Ese con el zarape, con el zarape.
So Kristen, go
Tráelo
ahead
para
and
acá.
head back there and get that fan for us.
Ese primero.
El cabrón con el zarape.
Have him come up on stage.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Vente para acá,
Have him
cabrón.
come up on stage. Come on. All right, we have 2 zarapes. Okay, come on.
Los 2 zarapes, vénganse.
Esos del zarape para acá arriba, ándele. Venga.
All right, now we need 2 Triple G fans. 2 Triple
Let's
G
see who's
fans.
here for Gennady Golovkin. Not media. We're going to get
2
some fans
Golovkin
up there.
fans.
The guy in the gray shirt waving his arms. Let's get those 2 up here.
Triple G fans, over there. We're going to have you guys fight on stage. Come here.
See, Oscar, when you say this is for the fans, you really mean that this fight
This
is for the
fight
fans.
is
Check
for
this
the
out.
fans, yes.
Let's go ahead and bring them out here. All right, here come our 2 Canelo fans up here. All right, guys.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Come over here, guys.
Okay, una pregunta para ti. ¿Por qué tú crees que va a ganar el Canelo?
Porque los tiene bien puestos y el mexicano como
¿Y por qué tú crees que va a ganar?
porque es más fuerte que el GGG.
Eso. ¿Y que viva qué?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Now we have 2 Triple G fans. And we have the same question. We have the same question.
All right, where are the Golovkin fans at? They need some help up here.
Why in your mind you think Triple G is going to win?
No, he's a harder puncher. He's going to knock Canelo out in 9 rounds. Yeah.
Why do you think he's going to win?
We say he's got 9 rounds. He's a more skillful boxer.
I think he's a more skillful boxer. Like, Canelo has faster hands, but Triple G's timing is going to negate that. And he's going to break him down.
Okay, there you go. Now both of you, go at it, go at it. No, like I said, this fight is for the fans, and we heard it from the fans. We heard it from the...
Thank you guys so much.
Okay, good.
They're getting very excited up here. All right, guys. We're going to have you guys step this way. Thank you guys so much. Our Gennady fans are up here taking a selfie on stage. Oscar, we still got months to go until this fight, and look at how it's getting, and this is just New York. We still have
It's
another
heating
stop.
up in here, yes it is.
We still have another stop in Los Angeles, and of course I have a feeling that Los Angeles is going to be a little bit crazier than this even, huh?
It is. Yeah, we're really excited. The whole world is excited. We were just in the UK, and the fans were just going crazy. So we are thrilled, and thank you very much. Gracias por el apoyo. Va a ser una gran pelea. We have more questions, right?
No, actually, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to thank everybody for coming out here today. So on behalf of the panel that we have up here, this is the part where you guys get to make some noise. So let's hear it. Canelo, we're going to have you stand up. Triple G, Gennady,
We're
we're
gonna
going to
face
have
off.
you stand up as well. Right now, we're going to have our
Vámonos.
fighters step up to the front of the stage, and we're going to have our fighters pose. So right now, guys, get your phones out, get your cameras ready, because we're going to have these guys pose. This is a live stream as well. We are streaming this right now. Coming out here today. You guys, thank you so much for being out here. A reminder, tickets do go on sale on Thursday. If you cannot get your tickets, make sure that you are buying that HBO pay-per-view. We do continue our press tour in Los Angeles, so make sure that you're watching on our live streams. Again, the tickets do go on sale on Thursday. Make sure that you get those, and if not, be sure to check this out on HBO pay-per-view. I'm Jess Rosales. Thank you guys for tuning in on our live stream, and of course, thank you to all of the fans and all the media that made their way out here today. Thanks, guys.